And welcome to the Brighton Lacrosse Club. It is Championship Day, and apologies about the feed, just getting it up. We've just running on field 2 today as well, as you come into play, and Garnsworth for Victoria gets the first on the board. So you have missed nothing here, and both teams having an opportunity on the cage, but Garnsworth gets a first for Victoria A. This is the third place final here between Victoria A and WA. And we're glad you can join us on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Ball into the centre, and an illegal procedure there. Finds Davidson with the ball. Davidson, he'll kick it over to here to Templeton. Templeton looks to pass the ball down the back. Finds Thomas. Thomas under pressure. Good push out there. Struce looks inside. Back up here to Templeton. Templeton passes the ball down. Goes down through X. Finds Thomas. Thomas looks to drive in. Not there. Ball now at X with the goal scorer Garnsworth. Templeton. Victoria A just moving the ball around, and little pass, not quite to the stick there, but no damage done as Templeton picks it up. Ball picked up again from Garnsworth. Garnsworth, he gets monstered by Meyer as Hill comes out to put pressure there on Struce. Struce rotates the ball back, and ball comes down here to Thomas. Thomas runs the ball down through X. Has Ryger-Livick just really pressuring him, and this could be an over and back. Is the ball going to get there? No, Templeton manages to just hold the ball up before it goes over, and Garnsworth looks, a little shot there, and that's hit the defender right in the head. He's just, that one's really rattled Ryger-Livick, and the officials have just blown time as a duty of care here for our players. That was a big shot, and the defender took it right in front of the cage. Really rattled the helmet, and he'll be assessed over there. Just sitting down, we'll try and give you an update, but that one just shook the helmet a little. So an opportunity here again for Victoria A. Has Nichols down the back. Nichols picks the shorty, tries to drive the right-hand side. Not there. Templeton pops it top corner. And Zane Templeton gets another one on the board for Victoria A. And they are hot to trot on the cage at the moment. And they currently lead 2-0. Good shot there. And Templeton just ripping one high, and out to a 2-0 lead here. Ball in the centre. Davidson, he's been doing a great job with the face. Just a brush there. Called. Tries to flip it up. Ball to be won. Oh, this comes off. Thomas looks inside, but the defence for WA is all over that. Looks to drive, steps in, and there's another one as Oliver Struce gets on the board. Vic A are up and about for this third place contest as Struce gets the ball, and WA, well, nothing more they can do but call a timeout here as Vic A are, they've come to play. And I don't think WA are on WA time at the moment. They're just about an hour and a half behind. And they are just going to have to wake up a little, as Vic A really have set the tone of this game. A 3-0 lead here in the third place game. And it is finals day here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. We have coverage for you all day, culminating in the two big games between Victoria and South Australia, both in the men's and the women's. And if the games yesterday were anything to go by, stay tuned to the Australian Lacrosse Network, because they will be outstanding to watch, and it's great to be able to watch our up-and-coming superstars of the competition here at Brighton. And if you are in Adelaide, do yourself a favour, come down and see some potential Olympians down here as we head towards the 28 Los Angeles Olympic Games for our sixes, and hopefully on to Brisbane in 32, where there'll be a myriad of these players running through that Olympics. Davidson, 3 from 3 in the centre, and that make that 4 from 4. So Vic A doing a great job, finds Templeton. Templeton picked up by Meyer. Struce with the ball, down the back to Thomas. Thomas just couldn't quite handle the ball there at Garnsworth. Ball flicked out of the WA stick. Picked up now. And ball rotated back to Hill. Hill just didn't quite hit Rodriguez with the pass and is under pressure. Rodriguez drops the ball but manages to pick it up again. And Rodriguez on his left fires the ball to White. White just settling the play up as we see Glass come on with a sub there. And Everall, who did have a shot on the cage just as we were getting our, as White. He's been prolific scorer. He's just nailed the security guy behind. Didn't flinch, just kept walking. That's why he's security. Did not make a a moment, although I think he's being brave. He might have a bruise on that shoulder as the shot came from White. Well, first aid. Well, he might be the first aid guy. He might be able to, just being reiterated. He can help himself. Ball comes in, tink, tink, tink off the post. And WA can't find a way into the cage. And Victoria will bring the ball out here through Tonelli. Tonelli under pressure there from Frencham. Tonelli gets turned back. Looks to lose the ball. Frencham with massive pressure there. Right in front of the commentary box. Ball picked up. Good pick up there from Wills. And Wills will find his way to settle the ball. Gives it over to Glass. And Glass down to White. So, yeah, the medical guy took that exceptionally well as he was coming around. I think he's just coming to check on that player that wore the... as Frencham fires the ball just past the right-hand side there. And, just checking on Rigalivic, making sure that he's okay over there. As the ball comes in, off the bar again. Tink, tink, tink. Glass has the ball up the top. Finds Frencham. Frencham picks a shorty up. Double comes very quickly. He's got Wheels on his backside. Frencham, good save in the cage again there from the Vic A keeper in Halliwell. But picked up by WA. Good body and swim. Flag comes down, and that might be another one for a hold as the second flag goes up. 2 penalties on the play here. And we're going to just see what these are. So we've got a 1 minute slash and a 30-second hold. So they will sit on the same player, and Sam O'Dea will sit for that penalty. No. The hold is on Seeger. Okay, so they'll be in a 4 zone here. Vic A, so a big opportunity for WA to get on the board in this contest in the first quarter as they send a shorty out. 4 zone. The shorty will play the back corner. No, he's going to just, they're going to play. Yep, now they're playing corners. Good. White with the ball in his stick. Finds Glass. Glass has McCracken to his left. Looks inside. Frencham. Frencham. Well, he got 4 yesterday, did Frencham. And he started the scoring for WA here in this contest. As Frencham in a man up. He got 2 man up goals yesterday as well. But Frencham starts the scoring. And it doesn't matter when you get them. whether they're in a power play situation or in 6-on-6. They still count on the scoreboard. And WA now get their first on the board. Vic A leading 3-1. And can they stop Davidson in the centre draw here? Well, they've at least held it up a little bit. So Davidson up against Daniel. Ball to be won is won. Meyer. Oscar Meyer picks the ball up, but we've got an illegal procedure here. As they have to stop the play because it's a duty of care as the WA guy had the Victorian stick and he'd lost a glove. So our officials do have a duty of care to our players. And even though Vic A was saying they had a transition opportunity. So White fires that one well left of the cage. And Everall will go down and pick the backup up. So still in a power play situation here. 6-on-5. Ball comes up to Glass. Another opportunity here. Wills kicks the ball to Frencham. Penalty released. Looks here to McCracken. Frencham, didn't see him coming from behind, but was just trying to find his spot on White there. Was Manonian. And White picks the ball up. Tries the intercept there, Russell, but White steps in. Looks over and just misses the pass there to Frencham. And Vic A will bring the ball out here through O'Dea. So Sam O'Dea looks over, finds Russell. Russell, great take from the long stick. One bounce, pops it down, finds Thomas. Thomas looking for some transition, not there. Ball down to Struce, back to Thomas. He has Templeton to his left. And Templeton, already a goal scorer, looks inside. Great pass. Good little 1-2 there from Thomas, but just couldn't find the net. But great movement here from Vic A. Ball comes over there from Nichols. Back to Templeton. Templeton picked up by Glass. Back, and that's a shot had there from Nichols, but the keeper in Mason all over that. Ball popped up, finds Glass. Glass straight under pressure there from Struce. And Struce just stopping before he has to go into defence, something I did a lot of. Just stay in attack. Everall with the ball to Bior. Bior picks up Templeton. Bior looks to get down and save there from the keeper in Halliwell. Halliwell, quick outlet. Finds Nichols. Nichols passes the ball up here to Hewitt. Hewitt looking for an outlet. Finds the outlet through Thomas. And we've got a timeout here. Called by Coach Simon Lovett. As the long stick was bringing the ball into offence. And just to have an opportunity down there with the ball. And Simon will have a chat with his assistant coaches in Weisbacher and Lovett and just talk about this next offensive set. WA with some ball in their offensive end, and they'll be happy to be in that end looking. They are on the board through Frencham and goal scorers at the moment for Vic A. We've got Garnsworth, Templeton and Struce. And it is a bit cooler down here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club today. So if you are heading down, you might put a hoodie or a jumper on, maybe some long pants. It has been perfect weather for the 25 LA Under-18 Championships. And today, for Championship Day, they've just made it a bit cooler for the players, and they'll probably really enjoy the fact of that. So, ball needs to be come and got by the Victorian players, as we've seen this a lot, where no one wants to come and get the ball, and the official will just drop it. So, Thomas will take the ball. So, let's see what Coach Simon Lovett has drawn up. Ball comes down the back there. Garnsworth got the first goal of the game. Garnsworth has to Nelly. Looks to drive, picks the shorty up. Ball comes around to Struce. Back up to Thomas. Thomas now driving on his left. He's picked up by Hill. Looks back, fires the ball back there. Finds Josh Mannix. Josh Mannix tucks the ball but dispossessed. So Oscar Meyer, he has the ball and is running into offense. He has a player on his right-hand side and finds him there in Rodriguez. And good work there from Oscar Meyer. And ball comes to Frensham. Frensham looks to attack the cage straight away. Good knockdown, but gets his own recovery. Frensham steps back in again. Finds on the bottom corner. Finds Wills. Tink off the bar. And Bior picks the ball up. Gives it to Mitchell Lewis. And Frensham gives the ball over here to White. Frensham, White just making sure their sticks are throwing correctly. Just a little bit of back and forth. Ball down with Wills. Wills rotates and gets a little bit of a 360 there as he fires the ball, but no damage done on the cage. And that will be backed up down there by McCracken. So McCracken just asking what set they're in. So McCracken looks to drive and that a timeout's been called here. So a little bit of a chat there between the players down the end there. You can hear Coach Lovett just saying, well, use the timeout. So the second timeout for WA. They have no other more timeouts in this first half. And just to get them offensively on the same page, you can see Gmo over there just expressing what he requires down in the offensive end. And message is received loud and clear as a nice tight unit. Just asking them that to switch on and run their processes, knowing Gmo. And an opportunity for them to drag a goal back here. Scoreline, if you're just joining us, is currently 3-1 the way of Vic A. They got out of the box like a good greyhound chasing the rabbit and put 3 quick goals on before WA answered back. And they head down into offense. White at a quite a brisk run down the back there as they were late out of their timeout. So let's see what has been drawn up here. Wills on the back corner, gives the ball back there to White. Good cut from Frensham. Wills. He has Mitchell Lewis up top. Oh, gets inside. Good save there from the keeper. Great pick up from McCracken. Ball comes out. Ball to be won here as ball hits the deck. And that'll be a loose ball hold. You can't put your hand in the back of a player, otherwise that will be called a hold, but no possession on the ball. So ball turns over. Ball just fired up into the offensive end. Good pick up out there by McGee. McGee looks inside, finds Rosenthal. Rosenthal gets put under pressure, looks for an outlet. McGee is that outlet. McGee to Templeton. Templeton has Thomas to his right, just heading down to X as the subs come on. Templeton, Thomas, looks inside. Great cut in there from Garnsworth, but just couldn't quite hit the cutting player. Ball goes past him and out of bounds, and WA will bring the ball back into offense through Mitchell Lewis. Mitchell Lewis promotes the ball to Glass. Glass at pace will run the ball over. Looks down. So they look like they've got a bit more pep in their step here, WA. Maybe the message from Glenn Morley might have just got in. White down the back, finds Frensham. Frensham has the ball over there to Bior. Bior picked up by Templeton. Looks up to Frensham. Frensham with the long stick, kicks it back to Bior. Just trying to get that man in the middle, McCracken. So slide comes early. Got to be a loose player. That loose player is picked up there in the middle by O'Dea. Ball here from Frencham. Frencham sending those doubles early, Victoria A. Wills. Ball over here to White. This has been his scoring zone, White. Looks up to Glass. Glass fires. And Glass just ripping the right-hand net. Keeper screened with that shot. We were right behind that shot. And Glass gets one back for WA. Back to a 3-2 game here. And a little bit more intent there from WA in their offensive end. So whatever was said by Gmo has been received. But they need to win the ball out of the centre. Davidson has been doing a fantastic job there. Daniel was excellent yesterday in the game against Victoria as we set the face-off. And there we go. Daniel with an opportunity. That's what he did yesterday against Victoria. McCracken looks down, fires over, finds Glass. Glass, the last goal scorer. Will kick the ball up to Daniel. Daniel looks to Everall and then looks to sub. So substitutions had as Bior comes on and receives the ball straight away. Just looks to change sides with Everall. Everall, they're definitely looking at the attacking the shorties on these tops. The slides are coming very early from Vic A, so there'll be open players. Looks down the bottom. Ball is running out of bounds. Can it be kept in? No, the answer to that question. And Victoria A through Hewitt will head the ball out. So locking off the keeper. And the shorty comes through the middle. Just manages to pick it up there, does Mannix. Mannix running the ball over and continues to head. Oh, good little trail check there. As Tonelli backs it up. But Hill, he's got the ball, kicks it to Glass. Glass looks down. They've got numbers here as White fires and it's come off the foot of the keeper and goes out of bounds. And Glass might have been an option there as White had the ball on the bottom corner. Ball here with Frencham. Frencham, he doesn't mind trying to go through a brick wall with limited time. That is quarter time here in the third place final between WA and Vic A. And it is a 3-2 ball game here on field 2. And we hope you're enjoying the coverage here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. If you are in Adelaide, do yourself a favour, get down here. There's going to be a couple of really big games this afternoon as the championships will culminate in the men's and women's gold medal matches or championship games. And they will be between South Australia and Victoria, respectively, in the men's and the women's. As the two teams just get instructions from their coaching staff. Well, Vic A, they came to play. They were really set in that first quarter early and came out of the boxes with the goal scorers to Garnsworth, Templeton and Struce. And it took a couple of timeouts from the WA coach, Glenn Morley, to just try and get the WA guys' heads in the game. And once they started to play their style of offense, they managed to get a couple back. And Frencham and Glass are the goal scorers for WA. And it'll be a really interesting second quarter here. And WA just starting to get a fair bit more offense. And if they can do that, they probably come into this game favourite. Finishing third in the pool. So as they break from their huddle, but I think Coach Simon Lovett, he'll have other ideas, and he'll be looking to upset the apple cart for the WA boys. And Daniel getting the first win in the centre draw because Davidson has been outstanding through there as they go to battle again. Oscar Meyer, Jake Mannix on this side wing, as we have Waring Smith on the other one. So, but Davidson picks the ball up. That's stuck in the back of the stick. So that'll be turned over. You get one opportunity to get it out the back of the stick, and that one did not work. While it came out the second time, that is an illegal procedure from the face-off player in Davidson. And WA through McCracken, passed the ball down there to Mitchell Lewis. Mitchell Lewis with White cutting through. Under pressure from the longie, picks up to Glass. Glass has picked the shorty up, so they've got their two shorties up the top here. Frensham, as the slides come, Frensham just fires that ball across as he runs down this left-hand pipe. But good pace there from Frensham. And ball down with Mitchell Lewis. So into a 1-4-1. Ball knocked down there by the Victorian long pole in Seeger, but extracted there and given up to Wills. Wills gives it to Mitchell Lewis. Back to Frensham. Frensham has a shorty. That'll be a matchup that they look to play with. So ball down the back on the left. Oh, great shot there from Alex Mitchell Lewis on the left hand, just getting up about just above 45. Fires left hand just over the left hip, or between left hip and knee of the Victoria A. And we've got a timeout here, I believe. So, we've got a stick check. There we go. Victoria A, something you don't see this early in a game normally. But we have a stick check on that goal scorer. So they'll be looking for pocket depth. They'll be looking for width of stick and whether the ball comes out. Ringing the changes early, you get a free one. So this is effectively like a timeout. The stick check, and if it is disallowed, depending on what the stick is either legal or illegal for, could change the just checking the length of that stick. Are the two officials out there? Now you do get a free stick check. If you go and do it again and you're wrong, it will cost you a timeout. So ball comes out. That stick looks like it is all clear. So Alex Mitchell Lewis, the goal stands. And they're back to a 3-3 game here. And sometimes you don't see it that often in championship play that early. Normally it's saved up for later in the game if scores are very tight and the score goes ahead. You can certainly use that as a ploy as a coach. But ball back in the centre, and thought there was going to be an illegal procedure there, but you got to play to the whistle. Ball over to White. White to Wills. Wills pops it in the back of the net, and just have to play to the whistle. Davidson looking up, going, well, he broke, but the officials not seeing what he saw, and WA find the ball in the back of the net down there through Lockie Wills. Oh. And he gets his first of the game. And WA out to a 4-3 lead with two quick goals in the second term. Back in the centre. Davison up against Daniel. Davidson looks to get it out, but Daniel just bullocking through, still trying to pick it up. Good pick up coming the other way though there by Tonelli. Tonelli brings the ball into offence. And we'll pass it down there now to Garnsworth. Garnsworth has Templeton. He has Richards on his right. Passes the ball there now. Finds Struce. Back to Richards. And looking to attack through the top here. Ball through Struce. And picked off there, but losing the ball is Meyer. Looked inside. Toby Templeton just picking pockets. And Ryder Thomas puts it in the back of the cage. Just lost the ball down there, did Meyer. And really quick thinking there from Templeton. Found the ball. Found Thomas the other side. And ties this ball game up. 4-4 is the game. So, ball back into the centre. Daniel up against Davison. Daniel knocks it forward. Davison to pick the ball up. Ball to be won. Ball is won. Mannix brings the ball out. Gets pressure straight away from Meyer. Mannix just fires the ball up and over. A little upset with himself with that pass, but life will go on. As Glass just the Vic A guys trying to put cracks in him. But ball with Everall. As the ball gets checked in. Down to Wills. Wills looking to drive the right-hand corner. Looks inside to White. White finds himself free. And a space just starting to open up in this offensive end for WA. And White gets his first of the game. All single goal scorers at the moment for WA. But third assisted goal for the WA team, and I'm sure the coaching staff of WA will be very happy with that team Lacrosse in the offensive end. As these two combatants go at it again in the centre draw. Davison up against Daniel. And plenty of pressure there as Lucky Daniel picks the ball up. Couldn't quite pick the ball up actually. Flicked it out. Good work. Ball to be won on the deck. And ball just knocked out there as Jet Hall kicks it over there to Oscar Meyer. Meyer looks to run through, and Oscar Meyer looks to come down into the offensive end. Passes it off there to McCracken. Looks like he wants to just stay for a bit of offensive play there, does Meyer. White again. White steps around, looks around, finds Wills coming around the right-hand side. Good save from the keeper. Oh, little BTB from Mitch White on the crease. Picked up the scraps that came off the keeper. And the BTB just found its way past the keeper there of Hallowell. And White with a little bit of a party trick down there. So White with back-to-back goals. And that got the crowd into the contest. Mitch White, he's been shooting those right-hand corners, but great scrap there. And just got the ball in his stick and gave it a crack. And sometimes when you throw a ball in the air, you catch it. Ball won here by Davidson, though. Davidson. Ball down here to Jai McGee. McGee. To Tonelli. Tonelli just waiting for his subs to come on. Richards. As Nichols gives the ball back there to Richards. And comes down to Thomas. Little bounce pass. WA pushing out on their defense. Trying to set a pick there was Richards. Meyer picked up Thomas. Good defense there from Meyer. He managed to get in front of him, but wasn't to be. Pass wasn't good. Ball to be picked up here. Hill's been really good on the ground balls. Long stick coming down into offense. Looks to go. Hill fires and uses the opportunity to put one on the cage. Hill with a great transition opportunity there. Just too much bounce coming out of that stick. And no damage done. Oh, good on the back corner. As White Found his way there for a little quick stick. Good knockdown though. WA just putting pressure wide again. Looks in the middle. Finds McCracken. And McCracken just starting to open up the scoring here at WA. Good defensive pressure in the offense there by the two players in White and Wills. Managed to knock the ball down, get it to the ground. When they picked it up, they saw McCracken sitting wide open in the crease, and McCracken just had to do the easy and put it in, and now we've got a timeout here. No, we're going to have a stick check, are we? Don't tell me we're having another one. No, just checking who the goal scorer was. Maybe no, we've got a 30-second technical. So, after the play, and just assessing that, there was a penalty thrown on the play after the play. So, just assessing this penalty. And no, penalty waved off. Okay, goal scorer waves the penalty. No. Yep, goal scorer waves the penalty off. So just getting it right. So that should start in a face-off then. No, going to start with WA ball. There you go. Ball with Glass. Glass looks inside. Oh, finds Wills. Good save there from the keeper in Halliwell. That was a good shot out of Wills' stick sitting in the crease. Good find in the middle, and Halliwell will look to clear this ball. Just slowing up the clear as the offense is moving well down here. They've sent the player. So ball fired over, putting immense pressure down in this defensive end. McCracken goes to Halliwell. Ball now comes out here to O'Dea. Sam O'Dea looks to, gets turned back, loses the ball. Just didn't hear the footsteps behind. Frensham comes in, good body on the ball. Frensham picks it up and turns the ball over. And Will Frensham just putting the pressure up on that ride. Did a great job, did Frensham, to turn that ball over. And now receives the ball down on the back corner. WA, good riding pressure. Just looking to clear space here is White. And a little bit of just checking if the helmet was done up there from the defender. Oh, McCracken, just his defender slipped in there, O'Dea, and McCracken kept his feet. And a good look in there from White. Another assisted goal for WA. McCracken gets back-to-back goals, and WA start to push this one out after, well, I'll tell you, the talk from Gmo and that second time out in the first quarter certainly has switched them on. So, timeout here called to Victoria, and they want to have a talk about it. 8 goals to 4, so just doubling the score at the moment. 8-4 game here after being 3-0 down, WA. They have scored 7 unanswered goals. And yeah, I know. As the timeout is taken, we've got about 8 minutes and 14 seconds in this second term. WA out to an 8-4 lead now. So ball In the middle with Davidson. Davidson loses the ball, gets it in his stick, picks it back up. Templeton picks it up on his left hand. And Templeton kicks the ball down here to Richards. Richards back to Templeton, who finds McGee. Jai McGee just passing the ball over there to Mannix. Mannix back to Templeton. And Richards, so Zane Templeton picks the ball back up. Ball back up the top here with Mannix. Mannix looks down, makes it a little hard for his teammate there, but able to take that was Garnsworthy. Garnsworthy looks up. Templeton with Glass, the 224s. Love the symmetry of numbers playing against each other. Hill just tries to, he's run into an absolute brick wall of yellow, and we've got a flag on the play here. Seen something that wasn't good. Got a cross check here, and that is going to go on Glass. Just seemed to slip too high there and picked up as a cross check. So Vic A with an opportunity in a power play situation. 6 on 5 they are. So this is the first opportunity to have a look at their power play. Thomas finds Tonelli. Little rotation down the back. Mannix looks up, fires. That's wide and handsome there from Garnsworth. And had Ricky ducking the official there. Just making sure he didn't get hit. So ball back down the bottom with Richards. Richards finds Mannix. Mannix running around the left-hand side. Up to Thomas. Thomas firing bombs. Knocked down there, and that ball has gone out of bounds. And backed up there by Richards. Richards looks up. Finds Tonelli. Tonelli fires, and that one's gone wide as well. Peppering from the 15-metre arc at the moment, that women's arc, Vic A. And penalty has been released. So no damage done on the scoreboard in the power play for Victoria A. Thomas, ball up the top. Thomas just dodging on the spot. And that's going to be a WA ball as it comes off the feet of the keeper. And good work there from Mason to get the back up and first on. And WA will clear this ball. They put it in the stick of Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez runs up. Just clearing space here is Hill. Hill looking to just stay on side. Good smarts there from Hill. And Rodriguez finds McCracken. Just probably didn't need to give that 1-2 there with the trailer. Ball coming out. Ball does come out. Tonelli looks up. Doesn't quite find the stick of the attacker, but this will work as Mannix picks the ball up. Mannix has a longie in the middle. Looks up. Under pressure there. Finds Struce. Ball will hit the deck, and we're going to have an interference call with a loose ball. And Victoria A will win the ball back. As Josh Mannix just takes his time to get up the top. Little flip up there to Templeton. And Templeton now pushes the ball down here to Richards. Templeton over to McGee. McGee at pace. Looks to roll inside. Finds Frensham. Frensham, a good pass there from McGee and a flag on the play. And that's going to be on Frensham, and that's going to be a slash. Got him right across the hip flexor there. And Jai McGee, well, he's breathing in the big breaths at the moment as he finds the box. Great look, though, from Jai McGee to find Richards on this bottom corner. And now in a power play situation again, Vic A. Currently 8-4 down. Templeton looks up. Finds Garnsworth. Back to Templeton. Back to Thomas. Little cutter comes through now. Looking at a wheel here. Ball from outside. And he likes his own work. Does right to Thomas. A little bit of the head shake. And brings Vic A back from another one. Another 15-metre shot. Good pace on these bombs from outside. And Thomas, the only scorer for Victoria A this quarter, gets his second. And we are in an 8-5 game. Ball back into the centre. Davidson up against Daniel. Daniel wins it forward. Daniel looks to pick it up, but it's not picked up there by Mannix. Mannix looks to clear the ball and just brings that one over the halfway line. Makes it slightly difficult for his teammate there in Struce to pick the ball up. And still in a power play situation here, so that's why they're yelling down there, the crowd. And ball will, and might have worn one there, did Mannix. Mannix got one across the midriff as well, I think. And he's also breathing in some deep breaths. And he will have to exit the field as once the whistle has blown to stop the game for an injured player, they must leave the field in the men's game. So a couple of rib ticklers down there for the Vic A team in the last minute or so. Ball here with Richards. Richards just not finding his man, fighting hard. Ball comes out the back. Ball to be one on the deck. Here's one on the deck. Great pickup from Hill. He's been very good in the defence, has Hill. That's not a great pass, straight in the middle. Oh, that could be danger, Will Robinson. But ball with White. White running the ball out. He's got players upfield. He can use them, but decides to take it himself. Tries to bite off too much. Fires down, and it turns over. And just trying to bite off too much there was White. Ball came dispossessed. Keeper was out the cage. And Frederick Richards gets another one for Vic A and brings it back to an 8-6 game. Just needed to use the pass that he had on there, White. But good defensive pressure from the attackers in the Vic A forward area. Ball back in the centre. Daniel up against Davidson. Daniel wins the ball, looks down, finds a little flip behind, probably tiptoed the tulips there. Did Wills. Wills pops back up. Couldn't quite find Daniel. Great ground ball from Daniel. Looks to fire, but decides to bring the ball out. Finds Bior. Bior just settling it down as substitutions come on. That is Glass and Everall taking the field. Glass gets the ball straight away. Decides to put a bit of pace into the offensive set. Bior looks to run down. Doesn't take the shot. Passes it down to Bior. Bior looks down to Wills. Wills just, the grass monster got him on the bottom corner. And found his feet back up. Ball kicks up here. And another goal there is a good shot from Mitchell Lewis. Finds the low to low almost. And beats through the feet. And WA respond with a goal of their own through Mitchell Lewis. That's his second of the quarter. And back out now to a 9-6 lead. Good work in there from Lockie Daniel. Got down into the offensive end, lost the ball, but managed to get that ground ball scrap, as all good face-off players do. Ball flicked out the back, and Daniel just decides to let his teammates do some work through the centre draw, as Rodriguez passes that one to Meyer. Meyer has Templeton on him. To McCracken. McCracken just looking for a spot on Dancing with the Stars. McCracken has a shot, but saved well there by Halliwell. And Halliwell, he will settle this clear down. About a minute 15 to go in this second term. Currently 9-6 WA over Vic A. Pressure coming here. Good work from WA. They've been doing this all day. They've really pressured this clear. Oscar Meyer nearly picks that one off. Ball to be won on the deck. Kick forward. Who wants the ball? Well, Will Frensham wants the ball. And Frensham, he will go at pace when he gets the opportunity. Frensham, McCracken, he's already got a couple in there. That one's bounced off the defender's stick though on the pass of Frensham. And ball comes back through Templeton. So do Vic A have an opportunity here? Tonelli to pick the ball up. Tonelli doesn't have a man as yet. Looks to fire down and just misses the pass. And ball will turn over and come back the other way. WA with 27 seconds left on the clock to get fulfilled if they wish to put a ball in the back of the net. That one's up and over. That could work though. White. We've seen what White can do. White at pace. Looks to get in. 10 seconds on the shot. Need to get a shot off. Looks inside. Good pass there to Frensham. Frensham fires and that one's gone wide. And that will just about end the term here. About 1 second left on the clock. As the clock is on the field. 7 seconds we're hearing. So another opportunity here for WA as Wills comes round the side. Scores and there's a flag on the play as well. So Lockie Wills, he's not scared that there's only 5 seconds to go. And Wills gets his second of the quarter. And the flag on the plate as WA look like that'll be their halftime score, 10-6. There's a penalty in the box here on Seeger. So you want to get possession of the ball here. Either team with possession of the ball will actually start with it in the next term. Is there enough time on the clock to get possession? Daniel up against Davidson. Daniel Davidson, no possession. That'll start with the face-off in the third term. It is 10-6 here at halftime in the third placed game. And no possession of that ball. And quite an interesting quarter of lacrosse as we see WA just loading up on the goals. They scored 8 that quarter. And Vic A scoring 3. And I'll go through the goal scorers for the first half. For Vic A, we had Garnsworth with 1, Templeton with 1, Struce with 1, Thomas with 2, and Richards with 1. And for WA, Frensham started the scoring. Then Glass got 1, Mitchell Lewis has 2, Lockie Wills has 2, White has 2, and McCracken has 2. So that is the 10-6 scoreline at the half. And we might just have a quick break here as we get some refreshments on board. We'll be back very soon on the Australian Lacrosse Network. As we come back here from for the third quarter, I should say, from half time. It is a 10-6 game here the way of WA. And the battle continues in the centre, and just the upper body weight of Daniel just falling forward. And a flag down and unsportsmanlike for 1 minute is on Oscar Meyer. So something potentially said there. And the official right all over that. So Oscar Meyer will sit down for a 1 minute penalty. And Victoria with an opportunity early to get a score back. Just doesn't quite win the ball. That's not what they want to do. Great pick up from Hill. Just throws it out the back of his stick. Goes back to get it again. Ball to be won. Ball still on the ground. Hill kicks it forward. That's better. Got the ball in his stick. Hill is coming through the centre. Looks up. Looks for help. Finds help now. And finds Rodriguez. Good work there from Hill. Didn't quite get it in his stick for the first couple of times. White needs to keep that in and does very well. Just tiptoeing the white line there. White up against Templeton. Everall looking to drive. Fakes to shoot, looks inside. McCracken, he's been sitting there all day, McCracken. Every time you look up, he's almost free in the crease. Frencham picks the ground ball up, just good straight line there from Frencham. And ball back to White as Glass comes on for that substitution. Penalty has been released, so back to 6-on-6 in their offensive end. Glass up to White. Templeton trying to shut down the space there. White gets past Templeton. Trail check. Glass fires and Glass scores. The first of the third quarter. Good work there from White. Drew his defender. Got in front. Good cut there from Glass. Glass took it at about 8 metres and found the top corner. And another one for WA to extend the lead early in this third term. (11-6) is the scoreline. Ball back in the centre, Davidson. Just using his bulk there, Daniel. Daniel wins his own ball. Daniel up against Davidson, runs through that one, gets a check from the defender. Just ball stuck in the stick. White comes in to put pressure on. Davidson under massive pressure. Ball down to be won right in front of us here. Meyer, ball to be picked up, is picked up. And will head out. Doesn't see the player coming in front of him there, McGee. But pushes the ball forward, finds McCracken. And Daniel will take a substitute. As will Waring Smith. Ball still on the deck. Bior picks the ball up. And Meyer heads to the bench to release Frencham. Frencham going at pace straight away against the defender. No double coming. Frencham just using his pace to get in on Cage. And you could hear the coaching staff just telling him to go, go, go. The double couldn't be set up there. And Frencham gets the scoring and gets his second of the game. And WA just starting to put some space in between this score lead. Back into the centre. Davidson up against Daniel. Davidson flicks it out, but not on the same page. Oh, just tucked it in well enough there, Davidson. Managed to get the ball off to Templeton. Templeton to McGee. McGee a little fake. And running a circle. Nearly ran into Glass coming on the sub there. Mannix with the ball to McGee. McGee picks up the long stick. Looking for an outlet. Finds him down on the bottom corner in Thomas. Thomas pressured by Hill. Thomas. Hill wearing that contact well. Ball is knocked onto the ground. Ball to be won. That might have come off a WA foot. And no, yep, come off a WA foot. That's what I thought. And the ball will go to Vic A. And we've got a whistle here. I thought that definitely came off a WA foot from where I was, but deemed to be going the other way. So WA get a break there, I think, and they will bring the ball into offense. The two officials just in differences of opinion there, as the grass monster just pulls Everall to the ground, but doesn't feel any ill effects from that. Looks down at Glass. Glass can open the hands. Good save there from the keeper, but backed up by Bior. Bior pushed by Templeton. And Zane Templeton will just mirror Bior. And they go again up the top here through Everall. Everall with Mannix. Looks inside. Finds McCracken. McCracken just flicks the ball up. Good smart play there from McCracken. As Bior picks a shorty up in Templeton. Bior. And good pressure there from O'Dea. And just gets that enough pressure on it to affect the pass. And pass goes out of bounds. And Vic A will clear the ball. Just putting under pressure here. Looking to move his legs. As pressure being applied here from WA. Good turnover. McCracken just couldn't quite pick the ball up. Ball comes up the back. Wills will pick the ball up. Wills with the ball. Looks inside. Finds White, and White finds the back of the net as the defender there is just expressing that maybe he got a slash there, but not seen and not happy with that at all is Dale Seeger. But WA put a ball in the back of the net. And have we got a... No, just a whistle just to make sure the whistle was working. And White gets his third of the game. As the wind picks up here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club. Ball to be won. Daniel picks the ball up. Good work there from Lockie Daniel. Daniel, good pressure though. Lost the ball. Ball to be won on the deck. Good work there from the defence. Ball to be won. Is won there by Jet Hall. Jet Hall kicks the ball down there to Wills. Wills looks to go and gets past his player. He's one-on-one with the keeper and pops that up in the top corner. Lockie Wills at pace. Great work in the defensive end here by Jet Hall to pick that ball up and clear it down. And once Wills had space, there was no slide coming to him and left him one-on-one with the keeper. But still got to be good enough to finish it. And Lockie Wills was. He gets his third of the game. And WA really starting to blow this score out. So ball back in the centre. Davidson up against Daniel. And just making sure that this face-off mechanic is done right. And a break there. And Davidson, sorry, that is not Davidson. Frederick Richards in the face-off. So you should, and Richards just finds himself alone. Good stick there from Calais Allen. And ball again, McGee fires, and McGee, he likes his work. And a little low to low, finds Jai McGee with one on the scoreboard. And he starts the scoring for Victoria A in the third term. And good look inside there and feed. And McGee finished that one low. as the sun now breaks through the clouds here at Brighton. Ball, Davidson up against Daniel. Daniel knocks it out to his advantage. Daniel picks the ball up, gets pressured by Templeton. Not there, he's got a runner inside. If they look inside now, there's a runner. There he is, Meyer, but couldn't quite pick the ball up. Ball to be won on the deck. White, he fights hard for it. Manages to pick the ground ball up. White takes the pressure of the defender there in Allen. And a flag is down, so a flag on the play. White says, well, there's a flag, I'm just going to shoot bombs. And White, well, it's the way to answer a flag. Put it in the back of the net and wipe the flag off. So White, with his 4th of the game. And WA really starting to put their foot on the scoreboard here. Great work, though, from Daniel on that ground ball. Won it to himself. Good pick up, took the pressure, passed it down. They had transition ball and managed to finish it off with the flag being thrown. Back in the centre again. Davidson flicks it to himself. Davidson up against Daniel. That'll be a loose ball push, and that ball will go to Victoria A. As the ball is just dropped there by the long pole in Hewitt. And picked up by Tonelli. Tonelli to Thomas. Pressure again from Hill. Hill really disruptive down in this defensive end. Kicks the ball, but I tell you what, he's been watching the Matildas because that had a good piece of it as he kicks it out of bounds down the bottom corner. Vic A has the ball in Garnsworthy's stick as the grass monster gets him on that bottom corner. Ball to be won on the deck. Flicked out. Can he keep it in? Does keep it in. Good pressure there from McGee, but running up is Jet Hall. Hall has good pace. Hall looks to get into the offensive end. Finds his offensive player in White. White down to Daniels. And this is the one where they go quickly sometimes. Little two-man game here. White inside roll. Picks the ball up to Glass. Glass looks to fire. Not there. Finds the ball back to Wills. Wills looks inside to White. Just trying to make him have to do some work there. Ball to be won. Kicked out. Finds Mannix. Mannix just running to find some space. And gives it to the keeper in Halliwell. Halliwell looks up. Ball comes off the knees of the attacker. Ball to be won on the deck. Flick forward. Meyer to pick the ball up. Can't quite pick it up. Looks to flick it forward. Good contest in the centre there. Bior finally extracts the ball out. Looks back up. Meyer with an opportunity. Goes low. Picks the ball back up. Knocks the ball stick out of the defender's hand there in Struce. And manages to pick the ground ball back up again. Mitchell Lewis goes at pace, just goes to bullock through. Mitchell Lewis looks to fire and doesn't quite get the shot he wanted. Halliwell gives the ball to Mannix. Mannix chased down by McCracken. Kicks the ball back to Halliwell. Halliwell looks to just pass the ball up and over and finds Zane Templeton. Zane Templeton running the ball into the offensive end. So Templeton looking for a substitution, an offside I believe there, as the flag has been thrown and we will see the shot had. But there's a 30-second offside on WA. They'll have to reset in their offensive end. 30-second power play opportunity here for Victoria A. And just ringing the substitutions to make sure that they get it right. Vic A start the play. Templeton. Ball to Garnsworth, to Thomas. Back to Thomas. Little rotation to Tonelli, to Thomas. Finds McGee. McGee looks in the centre, doesn't quite find the player in there. Backed up by Templeton. Templeton Passes the ball to Tonelli, to Thomas. Just fires one up, and good save there from Mason. And ball bounced out here to Glass. So an opportunity here for Glass. Vic A have numbers down there, but he's going hard at the cage. Glass steps in. Glass, tink, tink, tink off the bar. And ball runs out. White picks the ball up, gets past his defender. Glass needs to turn. Looks over to Wills. Wills, that's a hot pass. And that's going to be an interference call there on White. The ball will turn over. Just knocking the player over out of the play. And Tonelli looks to clear the ball. Seeger finds Halliwell. Halliwell looking for an option here. Glass just splitting the two players. And Halliwell just taking some time with his clear here. Not much movement from Vic A, to be honest. They need to give him an option here. And the option comes there from Russell. Looks up the top. Russell couldn't quite get it over his shoulder. Ball to be won. And we've got a whistle here. And that is offside on WA on a loose ball. So, no, it's gone the other way. Okay, so offside on Vic A. As Frencham picks the ball up and kicks it down to Glass. Glass just making White extend. Good save from Halliwell. Needed a little bit more angle there, did White. And White looks to roll in on Tonelli. Going to use his body. Doubles come. Got to be free players here. White runs into literally 4 white jerseys. And ball is in the stick. And that's going to be a penalty, is it? No, just an interference call. Thought the flag was going to be thrown there as the keeper had the ball under his stick. But just an interference call. Ball with O'Dea. O'Dea looking to run the ball up. Fires it down. Oh, that's gone. That nearly worked. Ball, though, picked up by Hall. Hall looks over. Finds Glass again. And offside again on WA. So offside has been called. And error on the play there, I believe. As the officials just go about their talk. I certainly didn't see the offside there from WA. And the ball was in a WA stick at the time through Glass. As just having a conversation here with the ball. It's going to stay that way, so they've deemed that that was offside on WA. And Victoria A will have the ball down in offensive end. Nichols over to Templeton. Templeton looks to drive. Pushes the ball down there to Garnsworth. Garnsworthy looks up. McGee tries a little fake inside. Doesn't work. Ball to be won on the deck. Glass picks the ball up, and Glass, the 224s chasing Glass, looks to go through one. Gets through one. Fires the ball over to McCracken. McCracken back to Glass. Glass drops the ball. Ball coming back through Mannix. Mannix under pace, but Glass using those long legs to try and get back into the contest. Frencham, he does get back into the contest. And Frencham, good pressure there from William Frencham to just stop that shot as it was happening. Ball bounces over the cage, but Victoria A with the backup. Running the back corner here is Richards. Richards not quite finding the pass there. Templeton backs the ball up. Ball up here to Ryder Thomas. Thomas on the short stick. Frencham doubles. Thomas looking for an outlet. Finds it again in Templeton. Templeton over there to Mannix. Mannix fires, drops the hands, but drops the ball to the left-hand side of that right-hand pipe. And no backup had there for Victoria A. WA will bring the ball back out through Alex Mitchell-Lewis. Mitchell-Lewis finds Frensham up the field. No, not allowed to go yet. And that's still on. No one's picked up Frensham, so they can literally just throw the same pass. And just to get a side of the first time. And Frensham brings the ball into offense. He picks up the shorty. Tries to clear space there. Does Bior for him. Wills with the ball. Frensham. Back up to Mitchell-Lewis. Back to Bior. Bior, Mitchell-Lewis. Frensham looks like he likes that matchup. Bior, Frensham steps inside of Frensham. Pretty little shot over the left-hand shoulder of the keeper there in Halliwell. And Frensham gets another one on the board. That is his third of the game. And well worked there from WA. Saw the match up there on the shorty. And out to a 16-7 lead here with about 24 seconds left in this third term. So is there time enough for a score? It might need a fast man break out of the face-off here for that to happen. Davidson up against Daniel. Ball to be won on the deck as Meyer picks the ball up. 18 seconds on the clock. Meyer gives the ball over. So 15 seconds we hear. Rodriguez kicks the ball to Glass. Looking to attack. Glass steps in. He has Bior on his right-hand side. Bior fires. And yes, the answer to that question, there is enough time for WA to score another one. And a good shot there from Christian Bior. And WA, and that'll just about end the third term as Bior gets his first of the game. And the 17th for the WA under-18 men's team. As the face-off is set again. Clock is on the field. Ball to be won. And that will end the third quarter with WA really dominant in that third quarter. They scored 7 goals to 1 to really blow the scoreline out to a 17-7 lead. And the goal scorers that quarter, well, Glass got 1 for WA, Frensham with 2, White with 2, Wills with 1, and Christian Bior getting his first of the game. And for Vic A, McGee with 1. And if you do like what the Australian Lacrosse Network bring to you, you will see a QR code on the screen, and it is live and free. But to keep us up to date with all our latest equipment, if you'd like to make a donation to the Australian Lacrosse Network, just scan that QR code on the screen, and any donation would be accepted, as we are all a group of volunteers here. We do this for the love of the game. So if you feel like you're getting your money's worth, which is costing you nothing, get onto the QR code, support the Australian Lacrosse Network to be able to bring you live and free lacrosse throughout this country. U18 championship. They will both respectively be between South Australia and Victoria. And if the games yesterday are anything to go by, do we have a golden goal on our radar for this championship? That would be the way to finish one off. WA coming out first from their huddle. They make their way out onto the field for the last quarter of their championship. And the two boys in the face-off who have been battling against each other all day here, Daniel and Davidson. Oi, first out! Take up the fight again. So Vic A missing a player on this outer side, so they're one short at the moment, Vic A. Ball to be one on the deck as Meyer gets to pick the ball up. He has a player coming from his left and right and now from behind. As ball is one on the deck and Daniel able to get that ball in the field. Ball down in the crack and he's got Will down on the back corner. Meyer just tries to get into the offensive action and get his name on the scoreboard. Celebration went a little wrong there, but Smith getting his first in the game.
there from Will, and then wins the ball back himself, manages to pick the ball up and puts it in the back of the net, and Lockie Wills gets his fourth of the game, and a great save down there from Mason, one-on-one. Cleared the ball up, and it just worked for the WA team. They push the score out a little further. 19-7 is the score. Back in the face-off we go. Davidson up against Daniel. Davidson flicks it on himself. Fast man break here. Davidson picks the ball up. Davidson fires. And that's just here to the left hand of the right pipe. And Will backs the ball up. Will. Waits for the stuff. Opens someone now. Mr. Will. Up to White. White looking like he's picked up the short. White from Bob. Tick, tick, tick off the bar. That's gone as high as it has long. Ball to be won. Great work there from the Kraken. Tiptoes the wide line. Little flip back. Finds Wills. Wills looks to run this right-hand side. Wills gets around. Little one-hander.
Ball back up. Loses the ball now. Wills cops one high. Nothing seen there yet. No flag is seen. Frencham fires just to the left of the cage. And there's a penalty on the play here. Cross check for 1 minute there on Manonian. And just clock being stopped there just while they retrieve the ball. WA in a man-up situation. Glass over to Wills. Looks inside. Frencham just sitting there. And Frencham just filling up the bag now. Nice little inside look there. And another assisted goal for WA. And Frencham puts that one away. And WA really starting to blow this score out now. So Frencham with 4 for the day. 9 minutes 28 left in the fourth quarter. As the face-off is set again. Davidson up against Daniels. Daniels just might have got a bit of interference there. Ball to be won. Daniels just pushing his players. Looks inside. Great hold there from Daniels. Looks to come up. Fires down there. Ball comes up to Meyer. Meyer looks to shoot. Does get a shot off. But drops the hands. I like to see the long sticks shoot over their shoulder. It really changes the plane of the shot coming from a long stick. But decided to drop the hands there. Thought he had a shorty in, and that one's just gone right. White with the ball up to Glass to Wills. Wills still in a man-up situation here. WA over to Bior. Bior to looks to Glass. Nice little fake and good shot there from McCracken, but well seen by Halliwell. Penalty release now. Looks back up, and Glass will settle this down. McCracken picks up the shorty. Little bounce pass there to Glass. Glass just trying to flow space for White. White just using the bullet to fire. Good foot save there from the keeper. Great save there from Halliwell. And that one will leave a mark, I think, on the inner of the right foot. And Wills with the ball. So Wills up to Glass. Frencham up the top, picking the shorty up. Now picking the ball up. So Frencham back to Glass, and now Frencham will drive. Slides will have to come here because Frencham will shoot. He's already got 4 for the day. Looks down the back, rotates the ball. Ball comes back up to Bior. Bior to Glass. Glass with the long pole. Looks to take it inside. Glass gets past one, not another. As ball there with White. White has Bior. Bior just needs to create space here. He needs to just get some little V-cuts going on, does Bior. Good inside look. Frencham, oh, a little pop. rather than a big shot. That nearly worked. Good back up there from McCracken. Frencham with the ball. Over to Wills. Good cut from Glass. Great. Oh, BTB not had, and that'll go Victoria A's way with Halliwell getting the back up there out of the cage. Passes the ball up to O'Dea. O'Dea just gives the all high and mighty. That set the teammates up. Long stick is on and comes over in Hall. Hall gives the ball to Frencham. Frencham, great look forward to Glass. Fake, fake, fake. Good vision there from William Frencham. But deemed to be in the crease, is he? Oh, so we've got whistles everywhere here. So a timeout called there from Victoria. Anyway, so goal was disallowed. And might have stepped in the crease there. But WA, it's a great look from Frencham to find Glass down there. As but the ball will end up in a Victoria A stick here. As the timeout was called by Victoria. So we have about 6.5 minutes to go in this contest. WA will run out winners and finish third. And on the other ground, we've got New Zealand A versus Vic A, and New Zealand A are up 8-3 at the moment in the third term over there, with about 12.5 to go. So ball will start down in the back corner here for Victoria A. Through the stick of Russell. Russell finds Mannix. Mannix just runs the ball behind X. Mannix looking for a 1-2 there with O'Dea. Passes the ball over. That's not a great pass. Doesn't help the long stick when it's at his feet. And an opportunity here. And we'll have to restart that play. So ball in the stick of Waring-Smith. Up to Rodriguez. Frencham picks a shorty up. A nice cut there from White. Frencham has the shorty. As Mitchell Lewis, now Frencham. Real wide set here from WA. So looking for some movement. Cutter comes down on the bottom corner. Looks to roll inside, does Glass. Glass misses the cage and goes out of bounds, but has stepped in the crease. So the ball will head back through a Victorian A stick of Mannix. And they will clear from right deep in their defensive end. Mannix looks up. Oh, doesn't quite handle the ball. Here we go, Oscar Meyer with an opportunity. But well picked up there from Manonian, and pressure on that pass, and good work there from Jet Hall to just put enough pressure there on Frederick Richards. And Bior passes the ball forward there to Mitchell Lewis. Down to McCracken. Jack, just a little pass, not a great pass to his teammate there in white. Just didn't quite come out the stick as he had designed. And Manonian now picks the ball up, has a pole just over to our left in front of us. Seeger runs the ball into an offensive end, looks to go towards Cage, but just decides to pass that one off to Richards. And Seeger finds his way back over into the defensive end. And Mannix will pass the ball over there to Nichols. Richards now down to Struce. Struce tries to give the ball back to Richards. Does. Tink, tink, tink off the bar. And ball has come out fortuitously for WA. Ball comes down through Rodriguez. So Daniel Rodriguez passes the ball up to Christian Bior. Bior goes at pace. Oscar Meyer, he wants an opportunity here, Meyer. Looks like he was just going to set up to try and dodge back, but decides that he'll take a sub for William Frensham. And Frensham receives the ball now from Mitchell Lewis. Rowan Glass on the outer side. Gets a touch of the ball. Mitchell Lewis against the shorty. He's got McCracken. The slides are almost ready to come if he rotates back. Frensham. Glass to Frensham. And Frensham, he will drive. Frensham looks inside. Oh, a little shovel shot. Nice look inside to Jack McCracken. Little left-handed shovel, which has just sailed past the right-hand top corner and out of bounds, and White picks the ball up with the first on. White looks to roll inside, still with the ball in his stick, as ball has come off goal. No shot called there, and goes out of bounds, and Templeton, Zane Templeton, will bring the ball back in for Victoria A. Gets pressure from Christian Bior. Halliwell just wears a brush. Ball comes out. That one's coming to the commentary box. Commentator gets a touch. Christian Bior passes the ball down. Finds Mitchell Lewis. Mitchell Lewis under some big pressure there from the defender in Seeger. Double comes. Needs to move the ball on now. There's got to be a free player. Does move the ball. Bior. And here's the opportunity. Frensham against the shorty. No slide. Well, there's a shorty slide. Frensham just makes his own way through. Great save from Halliwell. And a little outlet, but not to be there. One there from McCracken. McCracken takes the pressure of the defender. Runs away. Looks again on the outer side. Finds Bior. And Bior just settles the ball down and kicks it up here to White. So Mitchell White kicks it back to Christian Bior. Bior, little head fake, looks to fire. Tink, tink, tink off the bar again. Great work there from Mitchell Lewis to get the rebound off the cage. And Templeton going to work on Mitchell Lewis. Looks to flip the ball. Glass, little hidden ball trick. Not there as Mitchell Lewis looks inside. Oh, finds, there's a shovel shot again. That one is on cage, but another good save there from Halliwell. Opportunity here for Victoria A to bring it into their offensive end. As Frensham just tries to pick that one off. Little tip, great tip there. Ball comes back the other way. Clay Allen looks to step up. Clay Allen runs the ball down. Great pick up from Allen. Keeper out of the cage. Looks inside. And there we go. Oh, huge save. Huge save from the keeper as he was coming back into the cage. Ball to be won. Meyer flicks it forward. Now picks a ground ball up. He'll look for an outlet here, Meyer. And that is offside on White. And flag about to be thrown. So a flag down, and that will end the game. So WA running out big winners here, 20-7 in the third place championship game. Congratulations to Victoria A as well. And Halliwell, what a fantastic save in that last little foray there. Just out of the cage, and had McCracken sitting on the crease and managed to get back in and get that done. And he's just sitting on the ground here, McCracken. We hope he's okay down there. And ball as the player there in as Halliwell is down there. I believe he's got an issue with a toe, so we hope the young man's okay down there. Fantastic save he made in that last couple of dying seconds. But congratulations to WA, who will run out winners here, as might have got stepped on there as he made that save. And the Vic A boys will find their way back to their coach. As just waiting for some medical attention here, as the young man Alex Halliwell, who had a fantastic game for Victoria A today. While he's conceded a few goals, he did make some really, really good saves down in the defensive end. As the cheers are just about to be had by the two sides, and I suppose we look towards the MVPs of this game. And for Victoria A, well, Halliwell in the cage was excellent today. And I like Tonelli's work coming through the centre. I think Zane Templeton, geez, he battled hard all day as well. And Harper Davidson through the centre draw was exceptional. Had a big battle there with Lachlan Daniel for majority of the day. And they probably ended up 50-50 through that face-off on the stat sheet. So maybe Harper Davidson for Victoria A for me. And for WA, well, they had a myriad of players who stepped into the game. But while the offense went about their work, I think the defense did a fantastic job. And I love Tyler Hill's work with a long stick today. So I'm going to just give it to Tyler Hill. He was everywhere you looked. And often, though, they do go to attackers. And I might go through some goal scorers quickly. For Vic A, we had Garnsworth with 1, Templeton with 1, Struce with 1, Thomas with 2, Richards with 1, and McGee with 1. For WA, we had Frensham with 4, Glass with 2, Mitchell Lewis ended up with 2 also. Lockie Wills had 4, White had 4. McCracken, he found himself on that crease position quite a lot. So McCracken ends up with 2. And Christian Bior and Waring Smith with 1 goal apiece. So MVP time here on field number 2. And on the outer side there, New Zealand with 3 minutes 50 to go. 11-3 up against Victoria A. As just looking to see the MVPs here. As the two coaches just have a conversation, and it is the Vic A coach first there, and Simon Lovett, who is presenting the WA medal. And Lovett is looking like he's quite impressed with the standard of lacrosse here, and having a conversation. And the MVP for WA he will announce shortly. And just addressing his players here. And the MVP for WA go to Lockie Wills. Who had a fantastic game out there today. Ended up with 4 goals, did Wills? And for Victoria, 8. The MVP goes to Templeton. So Zane Templeton did a fantastic job out there as well. And so they're your MVPs of this third place game. And we might wrap it up here from Field 2. But stay tuned to the Australian Lacrosse Network for the rest of the afternoon. And remember, there's a QR code on the screen. Again, we are all volunteers through the Australian Lacrosse Network. So if you do like what you see, and yes, it is live and free, but any donations will help us to make this production bigger. So please, you know, it can be $5. Please donate to the Australian Lacrosse Network and allow us to bring bigger and better to Australian lacrosse. So get your phone out, QR code it, and yeah, help us out. And on behalf of myself, Tony Watts, and Scotty Gill is in production here today, and Gavin up on the camera. We are going to wrap it up here from Field 2. WA running out winners and third place finishers. And my name has been Tony Watts, and I will see you very shortly live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you then.